I just landed an $8,000 client. That's the message I woke up to a few mornings ago from one of my clients named May, right? The best part, she didn't change her offer. She didn't lower her prices. She just changed one thing in her approach. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what May did and how you can do it too, even if you're starting from zero. But first, let me show you why what you're doing right now is probably sabotaging your success. Have you ever heard this before? This phrase that content is king? I bet you have. And I bet you've also heard that you need to be visible online to get clients. So you post on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you create a website, a blog, and a newsletter. You pour your heart and soul into creating all this content, hoping that this is going to somehow bring you clients. But here's the thing. Content is not the king. It's actually a pawn. The real king, I'll tell you about in a little bit. And I know this is going to sound wrong in today's content obsessed world, but I've watched too many smart people wasting time creating valuable content for months without landing a single client. Meanwhile, others spend an hour a day doing what I'm going to show you, and they start getting new clients within days. But Ayo, if content isn't king, who is the real king? The answer to that question is outreach. It's just simple math. Content creation is a slow and indirect path to money. Direct outreach is an express lane to paying clients. You do need to create content, but when you're trying to get clients, endless, constant content creation is just a fancy way to avoid selling. And today I'm going to show you how to stop hiding behind content so you can start getting paid, right? This is going to be the get paid faster framework. I built this system for people who want more clients now, not someday, not eventually, but in as fast as a few days. This is something that I've helped clients hit their first 5K, 10K, 15K, and 20K months, all within 6 months or less. I even had one of my clients today reach out and say that she almost felt like a fraud because she just can't believe that it's actually possible to make money this fast. And it is. And so if you'd like so many leads that it feels unreal, let's talk about how to do that right now. So number one, you want to make your offer dead simple, right? So the number one mistake is people creating complicated offers that try to help everyone with everything. This kills your chances of making sales quickly. Instead, you need one clear offer that solves one painful problem for one specific type of client. So this is what happened with my client May. She was on one of our clarity calls. She had a business who was interested in getting some help from her when it came to content, but she didn't know specifically what to do. So I told her to make the offer around solving the problem of getting high ticket deal flow by creating newsletter content for them. And so she was very clear that this is going to be a newsletter that is going to solve the problem of educating those potential clients so that they would close. And that is how she got a client to pay her $8,000 to write 6 emails, right? Because the nature of this business was that these were going to be really in-depth newsletters that handled a lot of information that these big clients were facing. So that was enough to drive the results. So really with an offer, you just want to solve a problem people actually have. It has to make it very clear, right? Target specific people, promise a specific result. And so if your offer doesn't have these things, you're making it harder than it has to be, and it's costing you money, right? So step 2 is to stop hiding and start reaching out. Most people hide behind content, hoping clients will fall in their lap, and this is the slowest path to making money ever. Think about this. You could spend 3 hours every day making pretty Instagram posts and getting 0 clients, or you could just spend an hour reaching out to potential clients to start getting sales this week. Most people mess up outreach because they do it all wrong. They sound desperate, they sound spammy, and they wonder why it doesn't work. So I'm going to give you the outreach system that has helped my clients reach $10,000, $20,000, even $30,000 in sales. So here are the phases I would focus on. Phase 1, you want to build trust first. So many skilled professionals think they could just send cold messages to a stranger and get paid. And that's why they fail even before they start. This is why I want you to focus on building trust first. And you can do this by showing up where they are before you message them. Be visible where they hang out. Could be LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups, Instagram, wherever. They just need to see you before you try to sell them. And yes, so the content is part of this, but it's going to be targeted in a way that's going to be helpful. So you want to focus on targeted value delivery. So you're going to want to find 30 ideal clients and give them specific help without asking for anything. Comment thoughtfully on their posts, share their stuff, send them something useful that solves a problem that they mentioned. Next, you want to make a couple case studies. Make 2 really good pieces of content that show you know your stuff, that prove you're legit, and pin them to your social media profile. So the key is to understand that this isn't to be seen by everyone. It's just to be proof of your competent. So when you message someone and they look at your profile, they could see that you know what you're talking about, and they have content that they can look at that shows why you're valuable. So that's why content is just the pawn. It supports your outreach instead of it being the other way around. So in phase 2, you want to reach out the right way. So once you build some trust, here's how to reach out in a way that works, right? So you want to build a dream 50 list. Find 50 people who have the problem you solve. Be super specific, right? Focus on their one problem. Your messages need to be about their pain point, not your skills. Lead with something specific about your situation. So first, share an insight about their situation and ask a question. Second, you can share a quick case study or a soft suggestion. Third message, you're going to wait a couple days. You're going to have a direct invitation to solve their problems. So this approach can get you new conversations within weeks and usually 2 to 4 new clients every month. So when someone engages with your content, you send them a message like this: hey, appreciate you liking my post. Curious, what made you like it, right? So you're trying to figure out if they have a problem that you can solve. And so once they respond, you want to figure out where they are now versus where they want to be. So they say, awesome. So you're wanting to achieve this outcome, right? So you say, where are you at versus where you want to be when it comes to getting the outcome, right? And then you talk about their exact pain point. What are you doing to try to get this problem solved, right? What do you think you need most to get this problem solved? What do you think is missing, right? And then you discover their exact pain points, their current strategy, what they're trying, and what success looks like for them. So after you figure out where they are versus where they want to be, you found the gap, and that is where you pitch your offer as the solution. So after you find that information, you basically say, here's what I'm thinking. I think I can help you solve your problem with my system. Is it worth it to have a call about this? All right, so the last part that makes the outreach system works is following up. You have to follow up a lot. You have to follow up without apology. Most people fail because they give up after 1 or 2 tries. But often you might need to follow up with someone 5, 6, 7 times, right? And so this is where the 5, 7, 9 rule comes in. So you need to follow up at least 5 times, ideally 7 times, and sometimes up to 9 times before giving up on a prospect, right? So don't just check in each time. So bring something new, share a resource with them, a relevant insight, an example or a case study that's related to them, right? Then you want to do a 14-day reset. After 5 to 7 contacts, take a 14-day break and come back with a completely fresh approach. This pattern interrupt works well when nothing else does. So this follow-up system is what separates people who get clients occasionally from those who consistently make money. If following up this much makes you uncomfortable, you need to get over that. This discomfort is literally costing you thousands of dollars. See, there's nothing worse than pouring your heart into a business that isn't making money. Right? I've been there. I helped hundreds of people break through that exact barrier. The path to faster results isn't complicated, but it does mean ignoring most conventional advice and focusing on activities that actually directly bring in cash. So if you follow this framework, you'll see results faster than you thought possible. Not because of a magic trick, but because you'll finally be doing things that matter. So if you're ready to increase your outreach skills, make money, stop hiding behind content, and build a business that's going to add an extra 5 to 10K a month in the next 6 months, go to the link in the description and book a call with me. In this call, we're going to talk about the bottlenecks in your business, from your sales to your content to your outreach, all the above, so we can put together a plan that's going to help you scale your business much faster than you would be able to on your own. And if it makes sense for both of us, I'll invite you to work with me. So go to the link in the description, book that call, and I look forward to talking to you soon.